we will be discussing and providing key insights into Grenadier Superstore's sales performance, identifying trends and uncover potential opportunities for growth and improvement within the store's operations. So the next slide will give you the insights, like not insights, but it will give you the idea what exactly it's asked. So in these slides, I just want to let you know that our supervisor had initially indicated that the order, the data is covered the year 2009 to 2012. But however, the data we received is from 2013 to 2016. Assuming this is a typo error, so we proceeded with the analysis based on the data what we have in hand. So, and the next slide, in this slides, so first question was asked by manager, what was the total sales figure included in the data? So here we have created pivot table that tells you the total sales figure of Grenadier Superstore, breaking down the data by various categories and the regions, and highlights the areas of strength and opportunity for improvement. And this overall sales performance is crucial for assessing the store's financial health and identifying the growth and opportunity for the Grenadier Superstore. So next slide. Okay, so here's the second question was asked by manager. What product category had the highest sales? So here we have created a chart displaying sales and the total sales by category and total sales, sorry. And this analysis highlights that the technology category has the highest sales. As you can see here in the data itself is yelling that, yeah, technology is the highest sales in Grenadier Superstore. It significantly outperforms other categories in terms of revenue, marking it as a key driver of sales and performing areas for further growth and investment. Okay, what? See, this one is done. Okay, so next is lowest sale. So the third question was asked, like, which region has the lowest sale? So we created a chart showing that sales by region and their total sales. And our analysis reveals that the South region has the lowest sales performance at Grenadier Superstore, indicating that need adjusted strategies to boost sales and drive growth in this area. And the fourth question was asked, what was the total sales of appliances in Ontario? So in our analysis of sales area for Ontario, we found that there were no records of appliances category. So only sales reported in Ontario were within the chairs and in the subcategory. So highlighted the potential opportunity to explain the expand sales across their product category in this region. So now at this point, I will hand over this presentation to my colleague, Bhumika, who will continue to provide further insights into the analysis and findings of Grenadier Superstore's analytics project. Bhumika, here you go. Thank you.
So in this part, supervisor is interested to know about the supervisor wants to know the total shipping cost categorized by the order priority and the ship mode. So in this slide, we can see that the standard class shipping has the highest shipping cost. So in this slide, we can see that total In the next slide. So in this analysis, we have identified that same day class, same day delivery or ship mode has the are the most critical orders since those are the higher urgency compared to other orders, and additionally, supervisor wants to know that company is spending appropriate amount for the each shipping method. So while analyzing the data, we notice that since the standard class has the higher cost, whether the delivery method is truck, and that's the most economical method of delivery, but the number of orders are also higher in that category. So that's why the company is spending more in that more amount for that ship method, and that is the right amount of the. So based on our analysis, we can say that company is spending the right amount of the shipping cost. Next slide.
Next slide, please.
Hello.
Are you able to see?
Yeah, can you go to the next slide, please? Part B.
Oh, hold on. Just give.
Thank you. So in this part, supervisor wants to know who are the most valuable customers in the. Can you go to the next slide, please? Who are the most valuable sales by customer in the different segments? So we can see that here, Shen Meller is the our most has the highest sale in all of the segments. So these are the most valuable customers. In the pie chart, we can also can you
Next slide.
Okay. So in this, we have analyzed we have identified which corporate customer had the greatest number of orders and how many orders are placed by the corporate customer. In the pie chart, we can see that corporate consumer have placed a total number of 3,020 orders, and in the other chart, we can see that Edward Fuchs and the Jonathan Dolly placed the highest number of the orders in the corporate segment. In the next slide, we have good. Okay. So in the next slide, we have analyzed that most profitable consumer customer in the. So Raymond Burch, Hunter Lopez, and Adrian Barton are the most profitable consumer customer. This insight highlights that significant contribution to overall profitability in the consumer segment, and it can be used to give them personalized services and prioritize them in the future to maximize the company's revenue. So in this slide, we analyze that who are the least profitable consumers in the home office segment. So we can see that here, Sting Miller, Cheryl Roach, and Tracy had the those from there we had the least profit, and since and Cheryl Roach is who had the sales of 2,599, resulting in the loss of 3,399. So this highlights that it is very important to closely monitor the profit. Whenever the sale is still high, but still the profit or loss is there. So it helps us to company to make a decision, strategic decision for the future for consumer engagement. So for this project, we have used WhatsApp, Google Meet, ChatGPT, Google Slides, and the Excel. And it's been a great experience working with the team. Thank you.
So good job. You guys managed the time very well. So congratulations for managing time. And first of all, thank you. I know you're a big group, but you 2 people participate. I'm hoping others actively participate during the PowerPoint and presentation preparation. A couple of questions. So maybe Bhumika, question for you. When you're presenting this thing, like, and you learn a lot while doing data analysis. Let's say you are the manager of that store. What are the key 2-3 things you do so you can improve the store performance?
First, I'll go from the last side, the least profitable customer. So maybe I'll try to reach out to that customer and take an feedback why you return the product or something, and then I'll do something on that area to improve my sales as well as the profit.
Yeah, so practicality, think about it. The least profitable means they might be buying $1, $2, right? Do you not focus on the top performer?
Yeah, I will focus on the top performance, and I'll focus on that what are the products they are buying more, so I can give them personal offering or the special prices and
some discounts,
some extra services. Those they continue to buy with the company, and we have the long good relationship.
Excellent. So most human focus on like low, but actually in reality you should focus on top performer, right? Because by spending a little time, you can increase millions of dollar profit. While the low performer, you have to spend a lot of time and there is no guarantee, right? So it's always focus on the top performer. Ruchi, question for you. While you're presenting this thing, what kind of questions you think audience will have while you're presenting?
like, oh, when I was presenting, I was thinking like, who is gonna ask what question? I don't know how you think that this is why South is low performance region. So that was the only, and then the question you asked to Bhumika, these 2 questions I had in the mind, like why South, like why you can say the South, what's wrong with the South? This was the only question I had.
Yeah, so as a presenter, like if you think about what kind of question you anticipate, will you be in a better position to address?
Yes.
Yes or no, right? Whole exercise, when you are doing this exercise, what is the real reason we are doing this exercise? Is it something to understand what store is doing well, or improvement of the store performance, or something else?
Improvement of the stores and their sales.
Perfect. So I would add a little bit, at the end of the day, story. Hey, I've done all analysis. So this is called task-oriented presentation. Good job overall, nothing wrong with that. But then there is always, right, a summary. What did we learn? What action we should take? That I think I'm missing right now. So example, you answer when I ask question, you can say, knowing what we know, these are the areas of improvement, like, focus on these areas, like I can, based on your slide, I can say, these regions are doing good, especially these categories are doing good. So focus more on that, right? And then maybe come up with a competitive analysis, like, okay, the second one is this one. So these are like Jack Welch says that, right? If it is 1, 2, 3, if you're not top first, then think about top second. And if you're not in top third, that's it. Those products we should discontinue. So they call 1, 2, 3. We need to be number 1. If you're number 2, why we're number 2? Why we're not number 1? And number 3, how long you're going to be 3 before I cut you off? Means you cannot be number 3 in any category. Same thing here. You have varieties of products. Those products which are not doing good, discontinue that. And those products who are doing good, what can we do further? Also, if you have additional aspect like year by year, what happened with the year, right? Is year related some kind of incentives or promotions you have done? But overall, there are certain things called explicit, which is in data. And there are certain things implicit, which is not in data. You have to think about it.
Welcome you all for our project presentation on Kubernetes Superstore analysis done by Doris, Elias, Geeta, Ifa, Indumati, Eba, Matthew. I had a very good team. They worked collaboratively and came together to complete this project. Let me give a small introduction about this project. We have been tasked with analyzing a comprehensive dataset for GSS containing order information between 2000 and 2012. This analysis aimed to provide valuable insights into the company's sales performance, customer behavior, and order trends over the years. This presentation will walk you through the key findings of the analysis, highlighting trends and metrics that are crucial to understanding the GSS performance. This was the total sales figure of GSS, which shows you that total sales in each region and all over the regions, that is East, West, South, and Central, category and subcategory, and also total category and subcategory sales. The total revenue of GSS is 2,297,200.86 cents. We collected the category and of sales. GSS as sales in 3 categories, that is office supply, technology, and furniture. This shows the total figure of the GSS in for the given year in all the regions. The highest sales product category is technology, and office furniture and office supply shows these are the total sales for the office supply and furniture, which you can see technology was the highest sales in product category. To know the lowest sales, we created a pivot table using each region and its total sales. This figure shows the total sales of every region, and as you can see from the chart, South region has the lowest sales, which is in $3,91,721. We were asked to find the sales of upload in Ontario. For that, we collected the data of total sales figure of the Ontario. This shows the total sales figure of Ontario. As you can see, the orders for Ontario all over the years 2009 to 2012 is only for SaaS, not for appliances. So we can conclude that the total sales figure for appliances in Ontario is 0. Now I invite my team member Ifa to introduce you about the analysis on total shipping cost for critical orders. Ifa.
Thank you, Indumati. Good evening, everyone. This is Ifa. I'm presenting the C part of our project, which is about total shipping costs for the GSS orders in the indicated period. Hence, before we created a pivot table, we assumed 25% of the sales value will go to the shipping cost. Accordingly, we added a column for shipping cost. Then after, we created a pivot table for shipping modes versus shipping cost. From the pivot table, we have found that the company incurred, as indicated here, the company incurred $8,944.74 USD for the critical order shipping cost, which we said same day, the critical order shipping cost. In the same way, the shipping mode which incurred most shipping costs for the company is standard class, as you can see. Standard class incurs 88,556.69, which is the maximum, the highest cost for the shipping. Regarding which mode of payment the company should choose to use depends on the cost benefit of each methods or modes. The company's shipping decisions are appropriate if they align with the order priority. And to ensure timely delivery, high priority orders should use express air. And to save shipping costs, low priority orders should use delivery truck. Thank you all. And by this, I will hand the next part to my team member, Elias.
Thank you, Ifa. My portion covers the sales total profits, the total profits, and the number of customer orders. So let's get started with the small business customers with the highest sales. As you can see from our pie chart, it covers the totals based upon region in a more visual fashion, whereas our table obviously covers our maximum to minimum, and we determined that Sean Miller had the highest amounts of sales. Moving on to corporate customer orders, 3 corporate customers had matching orders of 13. Noel Stavos, Sally Hughesbay, and Aaron Ashbrook all had 13 total orders. And that is represented both in our tables and in our bar chart. And following that, we have the most profitable consumer, and that is represented in the sum of sales and the sum of total profits after liabilities, and of course are applied. And we determined based upon the data that Raymond Butch was the most profitable consumer customer. And I'll hand you off to Doris to finish our presentation.
Thank you, Elias. From here, we see that the least profitable home customer is Sherelle Roach. From the data analysis, we see that the highest sold product category is technology and lowest is office supplies. Then sales per region, we see that the highest sales region is West and lowest is South. So we came up with the following suggestions. For the low sales in the South region, we have market analysis. They should augment employee salaries to boost their performance. They should do advertising and give discounts to customers. For Ontario, which is seen to only have sales in chairs, we suggest market analysis to know why customers are not buying the other products. They should analyze the quality of their products that they sell. They should check who their competitors are
and what they are doing better than them. They should give discounts and also invest in advertising. And that is what we have for you all. Thank you.
First of all, good job, guys. Keep a slide like that. Thank you. Indabati, your slide is very good and you have very good start. So thank you. I saw quite a dramatical improvement in your slides and content and presentation. So excellent work. And
Thank you.
I'm hoping that the other team member who participated, this was your what do you call it, learning journey, because many of, I know this might be your first project. So first question to the group, how do you guys communicate while you're working together? And I know you are a remote team. So could you walk me through, like, how did you plan and how did you communicate?
Yeah, we communicate mainly WhatsApp and Google Meet. We were in different time zones. So we communicate what are the tasks to on using WhatsApp and then a small group meeting, and we split up the task between us, and we work offline. And then after the task completed, then we reviewed our work in group meet. That's what we completed our project.
Nice. Doris, like, question for you. While you were working on group, like, what kind of challenge did you face?
The only challenge I faced was having to work with others all at a time, like agreeing on specific time. But sometimes when we schedule meetings, others are at work and they could not meet up. But like Indumati said, what we finally agreed on was to share the work, share tasks. And if you have any questions or difficulties, you ask on the WhatsApp group and we help, or you call somebody and the person shows you what to do.
Very nice. Elias, question for you. How did you like this project? Since like this is your first project.
Well, hi everyone. We are group 3 and we are also presenting the data analysis with the pivot table and what we have learned for this journey. So thank you all for joining this meeting with us, and let's begin. So first of all, I would like to introduce my team member. We have Randy, who had the emergency at the very last minute, unfortunately cannot join us. We have Nado, Priya, and Nina. We are handling. For our quarter 2's research, we have used data cleaning with Power BI, meeting links, including WebEx, Google Meet, and WhatsApp. For our data analysis, we have Excel, of course, and also use ChatGPT to help with some part of the analysis. For our meeting minutes, we measure every of our meeting. We have take notes, use Google Calendar to remind with our previous meeting discussions. And lastly, we meeting frequency is every week 2 to 3 times. So including some small group that we team up with 2 people together and answer each questions. So following, we are going to introduce with our case scenario, which is the furniture's office with their supplies and the raw data that we get from orders, customer, and sales analysis from 2013 to 2016. So for step 1, we do the data collection, including do the data cleaning. So we have Nado and Randy help with data collection and then filter out the data which is not useful for us. We also build the data structures that using Excel to build this data form, including each order date, customer ID to be much clearer to analysis. And the step 2, as we grew up to 2 people each to answer question B, C, D, we focus on each question, focusing sales analysis for pivot table for product category and customer type, shipping costs, and order analysis for question C and question D for customer analysis. So for the following sections, we will have our team member to share the decision making and how we do the data analysis part. So Nardo, please.
Thanks, Nina. My name is Nardo. As Nina mentioned, we try to do the analysis starting with the pivot table. And as you can see on the table, we try to break down the total sales per category and per region. And this is what looks like our pivot table. We try to do some formatting, showing the region, same color, as well as the items in category and subcategory. Here we try to show the highest sale per category, and as you can see, the highest sale here is showing technology at $836,000 and 154. So that's the highest sales per our data analysis. We also try to see the profit margin per category. So in the previous slide, we saw that the technology was the highest sale, but then where we see also the profit margin, it's very proportional to the sales. So here also we see technology at 36.40. That's the profit margin, and it's very proportional to the sales. It's not always the case, but in our case, our analysis shows the profit margin for technology is still the highest. Here we try to show the lowest sales per region, and then as you can see on the pie chart, the South region is the lowest at $381,721. Again, like I said previously, the profit margin also for the South region is the lowest. You can also see as we go further at the final stage of this presentation, we have also showing a chart showing the profit margin per region. On the next one, we try to see how Ontario is doing. And then as per the analysis, we can also see one item sold in the province of Ontario. That is also chairs. The quantity is 5. That's the only sales we can find in our data analysis. So chairs in Ontario is the only sales at $283.92. And next Priya will take over, and she'll be talking about shipping and order.
Hello, everyone. So is everybody able to see my slide and able to hear me correctly? Give it a thumbs up. Okay, so I'm going to take you through the shipping cost and order analysis. And so we are going with a question which our supervisor asked, that what was the total shipping cost for the critical orders. So as we can see, for the critical orders, the total shipping cost was $11,247.02 approximately. And also our store, the Grenadier Superstore, incurred more shipping costs using wedge shipping methods. So we can see from the pivot chart that the standard class incurred the most major shipping cost. So moving on to the next question. So our supervisor wanted to know if the delivery truck is the most economical but the slowest shipping method, and express air is the fastest and most expensive. So if the company has appropriately spent shipping costs based on the order priority. So this analysis reveals that the ground shipping is the most economical shipping method, generating the highest sales amount, as you can see. It is also linked to high qualities and profits, making it an efficient choice for larger and less time-sensitive orders. On the other hand, we can see the express air and air is though fastest, but this mode can only be used for urgent orders only. And overall, the company seems to have appropriately allocated shipping costs based on order priority and optimizing the balance between cost efficiency and delivery speed. So I would now like to invite Mylene to take care of the next question.
Thank you, Priya. Good evening, everyone. I will be answering part D of this project. We're asked to find the highest seller for small business. When looking at the segment column, we noticed that we did not have small business. So we went with the highest seller for consumer, who is Raymond, and the least seller for home office is Roy. Moving on, please. On this slide, the graph shows a time series forecast of sales, including historical data and future prediction value. For the historical sales data, which is the blue line, we show a slight decrease from $242 in 2013 to $235 in 2016. The sales were stable but also declining over the time. The red line, which is the forecast sales, continue this declining trend. We can see that the line steadily decreased over time. It indicates a consistent prediction of lower sales in the future. And the confidence bound, which is the lighter line above and below the forecast, remain closely to the forecast value. It indicates a reasonable level of confidence in the prediction. So for the recommendation that we have to our customer, first is to investigate the cause of declining, because the consistency of declining in both historical and forecast sales suggests that maybe the market is saturated or the demand is declining or there's an increase in competition. And the second recommendation is to revise the strategy. He has to look at the marketing sales, the product that he's presenting, to reverse the decline in sales. This insight should integrate into planning to mitigate the risk of declining sales and explore opportunity growth. Moving on, please. So we have learned data segmentation and analysis, the use of pivot table and chart, forecast and strategy decision making. So thank you to the team for their hard work. Priya will do the demo.
Thank you so much, Mylene. So if our company's managers or supervisors would like to see how the business is doing in terms of sales and profit based on the different category or based on the different shipping modes, and if they also like to see based on different years how the sales and profit is doing. So here I'm trying to help my manager with my dashboard. So this is our company Grenadier Furniture Store, and I have used different pivot tables and a slicer mode to segment the data. So let me take you through the demo of the first pivot chart, and I can show how the data is working here. If the manager likes to see how the air mode, so this was not the data that was provided to us by the supervisor, so we assuming some data for the modes. So for the air, we can see that how much shipping cost was incurred, and if he wants to see the express air, he can see the express air as well, and how much the total sales was being in different years. So for example, if I just choose to see 2013, so this is the amount of sales which is done by the express air. And if we go for the truck, we can see the different data for the truck as well. And if he decides to see the data for different years together, so he can choose to see for different years and different modes as well. And moving on to the third pivot chart, where my manager would be interested to see how much profit margin is there and how the profit has been done in terms of the sales. So he can see the category wise and the region wise as well. So if we can see the furniture in different region, how much profit margin has been made, and he can also see specifically different regions. And if he wants to see for two of the categories in two different regions, he can see the data from here. So I would like to end my presentation here, and I would like to thank the audience for patiently hearing to us. Now I would open for comments and questions. Thank you so much, everyone.
Good job, guys.
I'm sorry, Tushar. May I ask a question to this team?
Go ahead.
Guys, where did you find the shipping cost? Because in our regional data set, there is none.
Yeah, so we did not have like all the data that we needed. So we just assumed some data because we wanted to present it and we needed it for our presentation. So based on the relevance, we just assume some data. So if anybody wants to add, I group.
Hold on, Priya, let me answer. So actually, who asked the question? Eva, was it Eva?
Yes.
So to find the shipping cost, we did some calculation, and it was, hold on, let me open. Give me a minute because I'll give you the formula for that.
Great, thank you so much. I'm waiting. Yes, I'm
Yes.
sorry to share. I'm interested.
No,
in
it's
this
okay. I
one.
will give, so I have it. So the shipping, we estimated the shipping cost. So we have to find the priority. We found the total cost. And while we found the total cost, we multiply it with a percentage. And we assume the shipping, we took like 10% for the shipping. And the total cost was, no, the estimated shipping was the total cost times the 10%. That's how we came up with the estimated shipping cost.
Can you hear me?
Oh, much better. Yeah, please.
Good evening, everybody. Thank you for taking the time to join our Grenadier Superstore meeting today. I'd like to introduce our group number 1 team members, which is Eva, Chad, myself, and Ivani. And I hope you enjoyed this meeting. Chad, please take it away.
Certainly. Thank you, Alex. So some of the content and the goals of this presentation is to briefly discuss the communication tools, go over some key challenges and things that we all learned, delve into some of the data analysis, which will lead into the Excel dashboard, which we'll actually do a demo of and show off. And then finally, we'll conclude with going over some business insights and then provide some recommendations. So some of the communication tools we use were things such as Google Meet, WhatsApp, Canva, Excel, and so on to accomplish this project. And then here's a list of some various key challenges and things that we learned. So I'm going to highlight just a couple. The biggest one was coordination and collaboration. So trying to get together and actually having meetings. We had people in different time zones. Other people had their own personal obligations to tend to, so that made it a little bit challenging. In addition, there was inadequate data for certain analysis. So not all questions that we wanted were able to answer at this moment in time. A couple things that we did learn was various skills from each other that we picked up on and improved ourselves. And then we also held each other accountable. So that really made it, those challenges of the time zone, people having other things going on, it made it a lot more of a problem, and that we were able to meet and accomplish this project. Some of the questions before going into the Excel demo, I'll go over part B and then hand it off to Alex for part C and D. Specifically for part D, the total sales was about $2.3 million. The product category that had the highest sale actually was technology, with just over $800,000. The region that had the lowest sale was actually the South, with just under $400,000. And then the total sales of appliances in Ontario, we had information on Ontario, California, which had one record, which was just under $300. But if you specifically wanted information in regards to Canada, we did not have data on that. So we would have to probably do some more data collection in regards to that if we wanted more information about that. In regards to part C and D, I'll pass it on to Alex to go over that with you guys.
So part C, shipping costs are not provided in the data set, but it does include the 4 shipping modes, which includes the standard, second class, first class, and same day. A quick analysis shows that the standard shipping option is the most commonly used, and it generates the highest profit for the company, followed by second class. The first class and same day shipping are less profitable in comparison. And for part D, there's no data for corporate customers between 2009 and through 2012. Sean Miller The home office is a small business customer who had the highest sales of $25,043. A corporate customer, Edward Hooks, placed 32 orders totaling in $10,310. Raymond Butch is the most profitable consumer customer of $15,000, and Sherelle Roach is the least profitable home office customer with $3,333. So now we continue on with the Excel dashboard demonstration. If you could please, Eva.
Yes, could please anyone let me know if you can see my Excel file? Preferably by voice. I would really appreciate it because it was a long time when I was participating in the class project. Okay, yeah, thank you so much. So this is basically interactive dashboard with the data provided. I use the pivot tables and pivot charts. Most of them are all connected together, and slicers as well. So if you click on one slicer, for example, we will want to see only the West region, all numbers will change and they will show us only the data for the West region. You see that the profit was changed, sale was changed, etc. So let me go back. And I have several charts over there, which I will talk a little bit about. The only part that is not automated is returns. I actually used returns page from our original data set, and I found out that returns account just less than 3% from the total orders, which I assumed a really good percentage, so I wouldn't make any recommendation because it is low, and our loss was a little bit over 2,000 for this one, and you can see who participated in our returns. Home office 10K, then corporate and consumer was returning the most goods for $30,000. Here we can see the month-over-month change in sales. We see definitely we can see some seasonality and we see some abnormality for 2013. Then I have a lot of slicers, and if we wanna, for example, see the situation for the West, our numbers was changed. For 2015, our numbers has been changed, and for the corporate clients, and our numbers will change. So we can see that there is top 10 states, even less for the West. We can see who produced how much money in sales. This is the total quantities, profit, sales, total transaction, discount, average sales price, etc. Then we can see by sales and profit by category. We can see which one was profitable and for how much, etc. And even if we want to look even deeper, we can use the subcategories. For example, we want to see how the envelopes were doing, and we can see how our envelopes were doing. So just $400 profit, total quantity was sold just 20 of them in 6 transactions, average discount 0, and average sales price quite high, or over 100. So this is quite interesting, and we can actually dig a lot of information from there. But I will go back to our presentation and continue. I hope you can see it, and I will continue with the insights, business insights and recommendation. Here we have office supplies. It's our second profitable category. Our findings find out that most of the subcategories in office supplies are profitable, except the just one subcategory, which called supplies. which end up in like 1,000 loss. So not much, but still. Our recommendation is gonna be conduct a detailed analysis why it's actually happened. And the profit optimizations, since other subcategories within the office supplies are still profitable, we can focus to promotional efforts to actually maximize the returns. Then we have furniture. Furniture is the least profitable segment. And we can see the tables and bookcases, for example, they are always incur in loss each year, all the time. And the rest two subcategories are still not really profitable. So the recommendation is gonna be, if we even wanna keep this category in our books, so maybe we should reconsider. And the last segment is technologies, the most profitable ones. And all of the subcategories are producing profit. Interesting finds gonna be that machine produced just a small portion of 3,000, but gives us a lot of sales, or almost 2,000 K in sales. And in contrast, copiers, which we sold only a little bit over 200 units, brings us 55K profit. It's basically 30% profit. And fonts and accessories are also profitable. So our recommendation will be investigate further why the machine subcategory is not generate actually a good income. So maybe we should price it higher, or maybe we should find a better distributor who can provide us a lower prices. And we also can explore the ways we can boost the copier subcategory, since it's so profitable. This might actually ended up in the target marketing. For example, we can launch a marketing campaign focused on industries which is heavily reliant on copiers, such as educational institution, government, etc. And we also can consider a leasing options and after-sales service, which can increase customer satisfaction and actually repeat business in the future for this profitable segment. Fonts and accessories are also profitable, so we can just expand the range of the accessories, and we also can do a cross-selling. So basically run a sale. If you buy one item in fonts, you can get a discount in accessories or something like that. Additional observation, I already told you about returns. And you also can notice that we highly have a huge impact, no, not huge, but enough impact of seasonality. So inventory departments and marketing departments should take it into the consideration. And we have an unusual sales drop and then spike in 2013. So my recommendation will be investigated further. And our conclusion. So with this superstore dataset, despite some limitation, it still offers us some valuable insight. We can get some sale performance, profitability, etc. Leveraging this insight can make us do a better decision for the future, for the inventory, marketing, and overall improve business performance. So thank you so much, guys.
A big round to this group. You guys took like 8 minutes extra than 15, so you need to work on time management. That's for sure.
Sorry, that's my fault.
But overall presentation is very good, and your working demo was really, really good. Your dashboard was very impressive. So overall, great work. Question: how did you guys work together, and how did you plan and divide the work among yourself?
Yes, so I can answer this one. We mainly used WhatsApp to communicate, and we did some independent work, and then we actually met up about a few times, so every couple of days, to touch base on what was done and what needed to be continue to be worked on, and revise things. Right, there's a lot of revision doing this type of project and whatnot. So mainly WhatsApp for communication, and then the actual meetings were in the Google Meet, and that worked really effectively, especially getting through those hurdles of I mentioned the presentation, the difference in time zones, and we found a good time for everyone that kind of was consistent, so we kind of stuck with that. So that really helped.
Very good. Alex, what was your favorite part from this project?
There's a lot of different things that I learned, especially putting together all this information, the data, and having it implemented into the dashboard. Just looking at the dashboard and be able to just, click on these buttons and be able to come up with different information.
Absolutely.
I noticed that most of the biggest sales were coming from California and Florida, which is basically the two of the most populous states within America. So
very nice. Very nice.
Didn't surprise me, but it was pretty good information.
Good. And Eva, I'm hoping you enjoy creating dashboards. So how did you get the inspiration to create such a beautiful dashboard?
I basically Googled, so I see some samples and I've decided to create something similar. So I've done, and probably the